is for anyone who's gotten out of a toxic relationship or was with a narcissist for a long time and you're just now starting to date. Isn't it hard for you to tell whether or not the person is genuine or if they're love bombing you? And are you constantly looking for red flags and looking for people to mess up? And is it really hard for you to let people care for you and love you because you can't tell if it's genuine or not? I've always heard people say that getting into a relationship after a toxic one is going to be even harder than the toxic relationship, and I didn't ever really understand that until I was in this situation.
Have you ever felt like, is this really my life? Because this is not what I signed up for, and how did I get here? So I used to be that girl, and here's how I can help. I wrote some stuff down for you.
Oh, okay.
Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Women Dating After Divorce. Give me the sip rep and join me, guys, as we uncover the truths about dating nowadays. And isn't it interesting, guys, the words that we start off the video by? You have all these women, having their toxic relationships, talking about their struggles, talking about how toxic it's been, how hard it is, etc., etc. Yet at the same time, guys, don't we hear so often the words, "Oh, now I know my worth. Now I know better. Now I've healed, now I can truly date, truly start to date." Well, it seems like you contradict a little bit, women, because, you often talk about healing, how now you're doing better. But in reality, this is the case. This is the truth, that after all the situationships, all the, broken marriages and infidelities and problems you faced, you're actually worse at dating than you were before. So I hope this was helpful, gentlemen, for anyone out there who is confused, maybe a male feminist, maybe some blue-pilled guy, thinking that dating a woman with a lot of quote-unquote experience is something good. No, it's not. It's literally one of the worst things for a stable relationship. But now, guys, enough said. Let's start off the video.
Anyone who's gotten out of a toxic relationship or was with a narcissist for a long time and you're just now starting to date, isn't it hard for you to tell whether or not the person is genuine or if they're love bombing you? And are you constantly looking for red flags and looking for people to mess up? And is it really hard for you to let people care for you and love you because you can't tell if it's genuine or not? I've always heard people say that getting into a relationship after a toxic one is going to be even harder than the toxic relationship, and I didn't ever really understand that until I was in this situation. And y'all, it is hard. But if you would have told me a few years ago I would even be in this situation, I wouldn't have believed you. I thought I would be single and alone forever. I thought I would constantly be dwelling on the fact that I was lied to and manipulated, but I am good. I'm thriving. If you're just now starting the process of divorcing a narcissist, I have a guide in my link. All the things I gathered over the years to help me that I wish I would have had when I started my process.
All right, guys, so let's give this one the benefit of the doubt. Just like that, I feel, I feel generous today. Let's just throw the the benefit of the doubt to her. Now, even in this case, again, as mentioned, you already have a worse start when you've had a divorce. Let's suppose that this woman is really traditional. She's had one or two boyfriends, one of them leading to a marriage. She didn't expect the guy to turn this way, completely shocked, out of the blue. No one could knew. Yeah, all right. Still, this woman is now a divorced, maybe a single mother. She's in her 30s and, still like not a great value in the marketplace. Now, that may sound as I'm talking of an object, but it's true. Women have a value in the dating market, men as well. In the same way that a man who is not successful in his life is not as valuable as a successful one that can provide. In the same way, excuse me, guys. In the same way, a single mother or, divorced woman doesn't have the same value as a not divorced one. So keep in mind, your standards have to drop now that you're in this situation. But if we don't give this woman the benefit of the doubt, every time I hear narcissist, I just don't trust these women. Because from my experience, guys, every time they talk about a narcissist, it is just someone who didn't turn out to be Prince Charming and willing to, I don't know, sacrifice the world for her. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't turn out to be, as in the Disney movies, someone who will just throw himself at her feet. That is what being a narcissist is. Having an own opinion or having your own desires. It makes you a narcissist, you know? The word narcissist, like women referring to people as narcissists, especially when they've dated a lot, huge red flag. So I don't trust this woman. Probably she broke off the marriage, as it just so happens in 70% and more of the cases. Probably, there were problems in that marriage that could easily be solved by, having some communication and some understanding and some love for each other. But that's not the case in most marriages nowadays, guys. So don't trust this woman at all. I'm not giving her the benefit of the doubt in the end. Let's go to our next one.
Had when I started my process.
Have you ever felt like, is this really my life? Because this is not what I signed up for. And how did I get here? So I used to be that girl, and here's how I can help. I wrote some stuff down for you. First, you are going to stop worrying about what your partner is doing, and you are going to focus and do you, boo. You are going to make yourself a priority, because what you focus on grows.
You know what's funny, guys? Every time I hear women talk about, now I'm gonna start focusing on myself, it's about time. I've been so generous to people. It's time to start thinking a little about me. The funny thing is, it's literally what they've been doing their whole life. Like, these people who tell you, I need to think more about myself, you can rest assured it's the only thing they do. All right, think about themselves is the only thing they've ever done. So it's always funny to me, like these women that have been in 10 relationships that monkey branch to the next best thing every time they feel bored or they feel they can get something better, or the ones who get a divorce because the spark is gone. These are the ones that keep repeating to themselves, oh, I need to think more about myself. Like they're this really generous, selfless person that is just all the time thinking about how to improve others' life, how to do a selfless, devoted service to other people. No, madam, like if you check on your own life, you've been thinking about yourself all the time and only about yourself. And this is, one of the reasons why marriages often don't work, because you are with another person. And there's this syndrome that women have, the I syndrome, where it's, I want this, I want that, me. And they expect their men to be like a clown to entertain them, or a wallet to provide for them, like different objects to keep them happy at all times. They expect the whole marriage to be the honeymoon phase, and it doesn't. It's not what life is about. It's not what marriage is about. But what are your thoughts, gentlemen? Now let's continue with this woman.
2, you're gonna do a little self-audit. It's gonna sting a little bit, but you're gonna get real with yourself, and you're gonna get honest, and you're gonna start making the changes that you need for yourself. And let's see, you're gonna stay connected. This is a big one. Stay connected to women who have what you want and are living the way that you want to live. So here's the three things that I've done to help me get to where I needed to be when I was in such a low place.
So this is what got you divorced. All right, now, so this woman, right, needed some advice, and her third advice, on the list is contact women who have what you want. Of course, guys, you can bet that she didn't contact the woman who is in a healthy marriage, and who can tell her, it's really important to think about your partner in the same way that you think about yourself. You're both equally as important in the relationship. She didn't contact that person that has been married 10 years and has 2 kids with the other person. They live a happy family, like the one in the commercials. No, probably she contacted that one single mother she knows that has been successful at getting the money from her ex-husband, and now is living, quote unquote, empowered and liberated with 2 kids in tow and the money from her ex-husband, living off of the alimony of the ex-husband. This is the person I can bet, trust me on this one, is the one she contacted.
And you do you, boo, and everything will change.
That is not going to happen.
Yes, guys, she's right about one thing though. If you do you, one thing will change, and that is that you will become more miserable than you could ever imagined. I don't understand how this could be good advice in any way, shape, or form. She spent the whole video kissing her own arse and talking about literally all advice is about her. I need to think more about myself. I need to do me. I need to, wish new things upon my life that are going to impact me for the better. It's the whole thing about you. Take a guess, gentlemen. Why do you think that her marriage, failed? Was she this extremely generous person that thought 100% about her boyfriend and zero about herself, and this is why it failed? Or was she an entitled narcissist that expected life to be, all pink in like Disney movie? But it turned out, turns out it wasn't, and she just hopped on to the next best thing. She just demanded more, needed more. She is entitled to more. Yeah, I can't imagine why your relationship failed.
I think that helps a lot with the dating journey is being willing to let go of some of the truths of the global experience that other people are having. So if other people are having a certain experience on the dating apps and not meeting the kind of people that they want, or they're getting ghosted, or all of the things, all of that can be true, but you can have a different experience, right? Like, you don't have to take the experiences that other people are having while dating as being the truth of the dating scene. You are a completely different person, and actually the belief that you can have a different experience, think differently, do things differently is exactly what will help you get different results. So other people can be having this macro experience on the dating apps, and it's 100% possible that you can have a completely different experience, and then you can look at yourself and figure out what will give me that different experience.
That's a good thought, honestly. And you know what will give you a different experience than all these women we cover on the channel who are dating after divorce, who have failed marriages, failed relationships, failed situationships? What will give you a different outcome is going for different men. I mean, it's as simple as that. You don't need dating coaches. All right, if you're a woman struggling to date, you don't need dating coaches. You don't need to pay for books. You don't need to read their notes after divorce. Better than taking advice from a divorced woman, take advice from a married woman. And what you can do to fix your whole dating life as a woman is just pick different men. I know that not all good guys are good guys. I know that not all good guys are, valuable for a relationship or whatever. I know that every woman has different, standards or things she wants in life. But in the end, just don't go for the men who are emotionally unavailable and make for bad partners. It's as easy as that, guys. So in most of the cases, all these women, guys, they are to blame. Yes, it happens ever so often that the men turn out to do a 180 on the relationship. Yes, it happens. But in most of the cases, guys, I just feel no sympathy for these divorced women. I rather feel sympathy for the men that got the bad deal out of the whole thing, because they are the ones who, lose the kids or lose the house or lose whatever. So I feel more sympathy towards them, even though I don't know them, than these women, guys. Because what they could have done is went for different men. They could have gone for the men who are available. And we'll end on this thought, gentlemen, that while watching this video, guys, it seems to me that women nowadays, they can be 40, 50. They've just went out of their second marriage. Man, the problems that they're having, like the thoughts that they're having, is like the thoughts that women used to have when they were 15, and they had their first breakup with their boyfriend 2 centuries ago. 2 centuries ago, the problems that women had while 15 are the same that women have now at age 30, at age 40, Like, they're so immature, guys. And the funniest thing is when a woman is like 50 years of age and she says, you know what I've learned? That if he wanted to, he will. And we stand there like, did you need 50 years to learn that? Color me shocked. What's next? The sky is blue. If you can see the sun, then it's daylight. I don't know, like, if he wanted to, he will. Okay, well, a good job on you for, you know, picking that up. A good job for figuring that out. It's really a wise advice. The same as the advice we heard on today's videos, guys, which is basically think more about yourself, because that can only be a good thing, you know. Think more about yourself, demand more, have more standards, are usually the advice we hear from women who get out of a divorce. And it really shows you guys, it really spoils the end of the movie for you. You just know that they're never going to find anyone and they're just going to end up single. But guys, thank you for watching. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments and I'll be happy to see you next time. Have a good one.